I don't think people talk enough about how lonely everything feels now. And I don't mean lonely like no friends at all or nobody knows me. I mean this quieter kind of loneliness. The kind where you're surrounded by people, you meet up with people, but still feel like you're on your own. We are more connected than ever. We have group chats, we have social media, stories, messages, likes, all that. We all know that. And yet, something feels missing. I notice it when I open my phone. I scroll for a bit, watch people living their lives, posting moments, and instead of feeling connected, I feel more distant. Like I'm watching life instead of being part of it. What's strange is that nobody really talks about this. Everyone jokes about being introverted or antisocial or needing alone time, like all that social battery stuff. But it's not the same thing. This isn't about wanting to be alone. It's about feeling alone even when you don't want to be. I think a lot of friendships today exist in a weird in between state. You don't talk regularly, but you still follow each other. You know what they're up to, but you don't actually know how they're doing. And reaching out feels awkward. Because when did it become normal to feel weird about texting someone you care about? I've made a whole video about that. And I also caught myself thinking things like, I'm not gonna bother them, they're probably busy, it's been too long, and suddenly months pass. Not because anything happened, but because nothing did. That's also how most connections fade now. Not with a fight, not with a goodbye, just silence. And what makes it worse is that loneliness today doesn't look like loneliness the way it used to. You're not sitting alone in a room with nothing to do. You're distracted constantly. You can always open an app, always watch something on Netflix, always scroll on social media, TikTok or Instagram. There's no quiet anymore, no space to feel how lonely you actually are. So the feeling just sits there in the background, unnoticed, unprocessed, and I think that's why so many people feel tired. Not physically, but emotionally. So many people nowadays say that they are depressed. That's because we're missing real connection, but replacing it with noise. And I'm not saying social media is all bad. It's amazing in a lot of ways, for sure. But it gives us the illusion of closeness. Me, myself, I follow like 100 people on Instagram, and they follow me back. But it's kind of an illusion that all of them are close to me. You can like someone's post without asking how they're actually doing. You can reply with an emoji instead of a real conversation. I have friends on Instagram where we just send reels back and forth and react with laughing emojis. And that's all. And slowly that becomes normal. I also think adulthood plays a role. When you're younger, friendships are built into your life, like school, clubs, shared routines. You don't have to try. But as you get older, everything becomes optional. You have to choose connection. And choosing something takes energy, to meet up, let's say after work. So when you're tired, stressed, or overwhelmed, connection is usually the first thing to go. What hurts is realizing that everyone else feels this too. We are all waiting for someone to reach out, all hoping someone else makes the first move. And because nobody does, everyone stays lonely. There's also this pressure to seem like you're doing fine. Posting highlights, good moments. You don't post the empty evenings, the cancelled plans, the quiet weekends. So you look at everyone else and think, everyone has people. Why don't I? But the truth is, a lot of those people feel the same way you do. They just don't say it. Something that I've noticed is that moments where I feel least lonely are never the big ones. They're mostly small, like a late night conversation, a random voice message, someone checking in without a reason. Nothing impressive, just presence. I don't think people stop caring. I think they're just tired and sometimes unsure, and scared of being the one who cares more. Loneliness today isn't about being unwanted. It's about being unsure where you stand. That might be why so many people feel so disconnected even from people they talk to regularly. the conversations stay surface level, safe, nothing too real. I really think it helps to say it out loud, to admit that this is happening. Because once you name it, it doesn't feel as heavy. If you're watching this and thinking, yeah, that's exactly how it feels, you're not broken. You're not failing at life. You're just human in a world that makes connection harder than it should be. And it's definitely going to get harder in near future. And maybe the first step isn't fixing it, maybe it's just acknowledging it.